Sneak. In the beginning, the world was dark, and there was no sun in the sky to heat the first people, and they huddled together under the trees and in the leaves and in the grasses. And a raven flew high above them, soaring over the mountains, and far, far off in the distance, Raven saw a bright light coming from the land beyond. So he flew there. He landed on top of a great longhouse that was there, and he watched all the people wander back and forth. And they seemed happy and content, and he saw the chieftain's daughter come out, and she was beautiful. And she was carrying a globe of fire, of light, and she played with it, and he saw that she brought it back into the house and put it in a locked box for safekeeping. And he thought to himself, this is something that the people should have to warm themselves with so they will not have to huddle. So he had turned himself into a petal from a flower, and he floated down into a stream nearby when she went to fill up her bowl for the water in the house. And when she drank from the bowl, she swallowed the petal, and she became pregnant. And she carried Raven in her until she gave birth. And everybody loved this new child with strange, sharp nose and the black hair. And they doted on him. The chieftain loved him and played with him for many hours. And then baby Raven started crying, wah, wah, and nothing would console him. Until eventually they brought forth the box that had the sun in it. And he got a little happy, but they wouldn't open it. So he started crying again until they opened the box and they showed him the sun. And then he was happy again. And as soon as they put it away, he started crying again. So eventually they gave him the sun, said, here, play with it. And he played with it on the floor for a while, until eventually they weren't paying enough attention. And laughing, he caught up the sun, jumped up the chimney, and flew away back to the world of man, and put the sun in the sky so that the people could have sun. Nobody seriously believes that a raven took the sun. It's mythology because it's somebody else's religion. But even if the world today was not run by Christians, but instead run by the animists of the native people, would they still make this argument that no, there literally was a raven and he went into a different world and he brought forth the sun? Now, this other world, it's hidden behind a mountain that it's in Turkey right now, so we can't go to it because they won't let our people go there. We look upon the idea of literalism in the Bible as something that can be taken seriously because it has history in it. And absolutely, there are parts that can be taken literally. But the point of a mythology is not for the things in this world. The point of a mythology is to map out the things that are inside of us, in our heads, in our hearts, in the communities that we belong to. One day, Scorpion was walking, and he came to a river. And he wanted to get to the other side. And he saw a frog, and he said, "Frog, carry me to the other side of the river." And the frog's like, "I'm not going to let you get on my back and take you across. If I do that, you'll sting me to death, and I'll drown." And the Scorpion said, "Why would I do that? If I stung you while we were in the middle of the river, I would drown as well as you. So I obviously won't sting you." The frog thought about it, so that sounds logical. And he let the Scorpion on the back, and the Scorpion began swimming across the river. And halfway across the river, the Scorpion stung him in the back. And as the frog was dying, he turned to the Scorpion and he said, "But why? You're going to die too." He said, "I'm a scorpion. I can't help it." Mythology is not about literal this world. It tells us about other people, about things and experiences, for good or for terrible, that we might see, might live through, might have to help others through. There are people that will do things not because of logic, but because it's just how they are. This is the map that is mythology. And it is a mistake to take any myth and try to bring it into this world. It's an abomination. It's taking something that is meant to be a map out there and force it into the rational world that we live in, or the quasi-rational world we live in. Does there have to be a Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat in Turkey? No, there doesn't. Because the point of the story is not that there literally was an ark big enough to carry somehow every single animal on earth. The point is, we survive. Don't try to take mythology and turn it into something else. If you're looking for abominations in this world, that's probably the worst thing you could do. Thank you.